https://discord.gg/flatearth.
Welcome to 24/7 Flat Earth Discord channel. Be sure to go to VC Check and 1 to get your VC verification tags to get involved in the conversation about our Earth. Be sure to bring your verifiable Earth curvature evidence, though.
Enemy spotted.
24/7 Go Globe Evidence Fishing Part 6.
I don't know. They're my friends, okay? So I'm torn. So I don't know what to do, okay?
That's okay. You can have whatever friends you want, and reality is just reality.
Is this a serious name of a group or like a joke?
Is reality a joke?
I think it's real. What happened to the original 24/7 Flat Earth Discord server? Like, did it just like die or implode?
The original one's gone, but there's been a 2.0 for the last few years.
It's real.
But like, I mean, I saw different people like opening this one up. Is this like a coordinated guest thing where like this room is like a real feature that now always exists?
We're just mods from 24/7. Spake started it the first time. He held it down for like 2 straight days, so I think he's like out sleeping or something now. But yeah, it's just us.
Let's see. Yeah.
And why do you want the room in the politics server?
Because it's fun.
Yeah, more people come here when you have your own Discord server. I think the main thing is, I went there once, and it's immediately like a total dogpiling thing, and you just, I mean, it's like the same program every time, so it like just fucks with people and they leave right away. Here, on the other hand, people, there's just lots of people that just hang around the politics server and they come in and they haven't heard the, Flat Earth pitch yet, and yeah, there you go.
Spake...
Which is the exact word?
Spake, the guy who was in here for a few days, the Scottish guy.
Hey, what's up? Any right?
He's not he's not really the interrogator type. Like, he's pretty chill. I don't know. I like the vibe that's been going here.
All right, that's good, yeah.
Are there any Republicans in here?
I have no idea.
I used to be a Republican. Moved to the center.
Nah, that won't work. I want somebody who's like actually a Republican.
I could pretend to be.
I just wanted to like test a quick one-liner on them, see if it actually works.
Well, we can try it against the next Republican, see what happens.
I'm in a politics server and I don't care about politics one way or the other. Dang.
I don't get triggered,
So I saw a troll dude who was going around a MAGA rally, and he's like asking them like, "What do you think about the Democrats' plan to have the government take over Medicare?" And these people are just like, "Oh, it's fucking terrible. It's fucked up, man. They're trying to they're trying to control it." Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's like, what's up?
I just said they can't be doing that.
The government? Medicare? Take over? What? Goddamn Nancy Pelosi.
So we need a Flat Earth spokesman to hold this place down while I go shower and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I believe in the Flat Earth. Yeah.
I believe in the globe.
You're an idiot.
It is a belief.
Globe head. Mute him. Silence him.
No.
Off with his head.
No, we came here to talk to him. Or, well, not him specifically, but, globe heads, as you put it.
All right, globe head.
We don't want them on mute.
What questions do you have about the Flat Earth? I'm happy to educate you. Globe head. What's up?
Well, it's more
I'm
like...
here to listen.
It's more like...
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty
you're on a
fucking
spinning
stupid at face value. Like, anybody with a brain can realize that, like, a disc makes way more sense.
That's a false dichotomy.
It's not a disc for a start, dude.
Not a what?
It's not a disc.
Yeah, who said disc?
Listen, the disc model is the flat Earth model is so much more realistic than the globe model. Like, you're just like overcomplicating things by making it a sphere instead of a circle.
Could you post that Flat Earth model so we could take a look?
You're wrong about the disc, dude. It's not
I
a
mean,
disc.
we've all seen the
model.
flat Earth model. Like the sun goes in a circle around our heads, like above us. Like
Oh,
it-
you're talking about reality. Okay, you're just
Yeah,
talking about what's
yeah,
going on outside. Oh, yeah, that's
yeah,
not. I wouldn't really call that a model. That's just reality.
Yeah, and that's
Well, there's
only
real flat earthers here.
only
Like,
an image of the sun moving above us that we all experience, bro. That's not actually a model. We don't claim that the Earth stops on the edge of that picture. We don't say it's an edge. That's Flat Earth Society psyop nonsense. That's a troll, mate. If you think that we think that, you've been trolled twice. Once by the globe and twice by the idiots that think it's a disc that's moving up in space.
you kind of sound like a fake flat earther. I'm not sure I trust you.
Yeah, but dude, you sound like a troll to me. I wouldn't trust you in a second.
No, why not? What did I say? That's like
You seem to think that Earth is it's some sort of disc for a start.
yeah,
You think
yeah.
that we're
come on,
flat
flat
earthers.
earthers, stick
Listen,
together.
it's a
He's trying
flat,
to gaslight
it's
you
a
guys,
flat
you know?
disc-like plate
Don't
pay
sitting on
attention.
the back of 4 turtles, which are on top of elephants. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
there
yeah,
you
what,
go.
what was the picture again? I know that one.
Or
That's a
sorry. It's a giant space turtle, and then there's 4 elephants on top of that turtle. They're like the pillars that hold up the Earth.
Okay, so
So you
he's
don't-
going
so
to
you
go on
don't-
mute until he can provide evidence for any of those claims.
Yeah.
Actually, ethical cannibal. Let's get down to brass tacks. Why do you think you're on a spinning space ball?
Oh, dude, I'm making the case for flat Earth.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're making a pretty poor case for us, so we don't need you doing that. Why do you think you're on a spinning space ball?
I'm pulling up the fucking photo for you if you really want to see it.
You're literally Flat Earth Society. Because this is exactly what they do. They're globers who just put out ridiculous claims on our behalf.
They're
that's
quite
you.
funny.
Wait, really?
I've
Flat
seen these
Earth
photos.
Society is like some kind of psyops operation?
Yeah, it's the globers. It's guys exactly like this guy right here. They come out and they say,
Bro,
I'm a flat
no,
earther.
wait,
Say,
wait,
bro,
hold on.
I'm a flat earther. And then they make ridiculous claims
I
for
mean,
us.
I love
Just
it.
like
I love
he's
it in
doing.
the culture, though.
that guy is
Look at
obviously
chat.
trolling, right? But I
No,
mean,
I'm
is
not.
that
Yeah,
not
trolling,
like
exactly.
the Flat Earth Society as well?
Exactly. It's a troll, right?
Yeah, I mean that guy, but like the Flat Earth Society, I'm questioning.
Yes, they're trolling, just like he was. That's
I
all
don't
it
think
is.
he's my friend who's a space engineer. I think he has
And
more.
the thing is, I'm wondering, is it that Ariel guy?
Hmm?
Well, anyway, I'm wondering how come it is that you guys are so confident that you live on a spinning space ball, then when it gets time to providing any evidence for it, you just devolve into sarcasm and jokes, and you can't be serious.
Okay.
Is it because the globe isn't serious?
I'll send you the evidence, but I don't go to it out loud because I'm eating. I'm
Okay.
sending it in the chat. Alright, that's game, set, match. Next discussion.
Okay, grab any point from your link that you want to discuss.
I'm eating, mate. You can debunk it if you want to, but I'm eating. I believe
Debunk
these
what?
guys.
Just grab us a citation from your link and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you can debunk the whole article if you like. I believe it, and you can
Debunk what part of the article in specific convinces you?
Well, if you can prove it to a kid, you can prove it to everybody.
Well, prove it what? How? You just dropped the link. What was the proof?
You can read it. It's pretty simple.
What did you read that proved it?
The whole article.
What part of it in particular?
The whole story.
Yeah, which specific part?
Every word that's in that article. I suggest you read it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, which specific words constitute globe proof?
The whole article.
Anything in particular?
It's the
No, you can take it out everything.
Okay, so you heard it here first, folks. The Earth is a globe because of the whole article. Okay, anybody else?
I just don't get it, dude. Like, you guys, if anything, you guys seem like you're part of the Flat Earth Society. Like,
okay, he's not adding anything good. Exonaut, what did you want to say?
It's the old experiment that was done 2,000 years ago already with the sticks in 2 remote locations where you compare the angle of the sun at the same time of day and then you infer that there's a curvature.
You infer it, exactly. You don't measure it, you infer it. So how do you know that there actually is a curve?
Nope. It's a direct measurement of the curvature.
Yep.
No, you said it right the first time. It's an inference of curvature. How do you know there's any curve to infer?
Because otherwise the angles would be the same, right?
Okay, what are the angles?
What are the angles? Are you asking?
Yeah, what angles did he measure?
Those angles
In Alexandrian sign, Okay, so you don't know what angles he measured, but you know that they would be something other than what he measured if it's not flat.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't have to go out there and do every single scientific experiment.
Oh, there's another globe down.
The
Who's
reason
next?
What? Wait.
Globe
That's not even
down.
debate.
I'm
Jesus
into it.
Christ.
I'm into it. No, help me.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys spiral for a few minutes because I gotta go do some other stuff. Old dude, or if any of you guys want to tag in, I don't know if Aurora can give you
That's funny.
meetings or anything in here just to kind of keep control of the place, but I just have to step away for a few minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna. Don't worry. It'll spiral out of control. These primitives' mind out there.
Yeah, don't worry, dude. Go and do what you need to do. The place won't.
Thank you.
Well, that was funny.
Globe down. Just like what?
So does anybody actually have any evidence that backs up this globe Earth thing that you think you live on, guys?
Yeah,
What's up?
read the article, please.
Which one?
So-
The one I
One
posted
thing-
in the link.
One thing that makes me kind of skeptical is that I was part of a research group at university where we sent up a microsat, a little CubeSat, and we could point up an antenna at the sky and we could see that, at like 8 kilometers per second, it was going over us and it was sending the data, and it was a real thing that you could talk to, and you knew that it'd be your thing that you programmed because it's use your encryption keys and everything. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
remember
like,
that.
how do you go
Remember.
back from that? Like,
If
it's
you want to
pretty
know
difficult
the
to
Earth
go
is
back from
round,
that experience.
it's pretty simple. Go climb a high tree and look around.
But that proves flat Earth, man. You see further.
Okay, you don't have a tree. Go to the sea and look at the ship near the ocean.
Yeah, and do you know where it's supposed to curve? Do you know where the ship's supposed to disappear? Why is it
From the
disappearing
bottom up.
way out far?
Look from the bottom, yeah.
away? Well, you know it should disappear closer to the shore.
Mm.
Do you know
No,
where
it
the curve,
shouldn't.
is actually meant to start? Have you looked at the math? Do you understand how the math works?
You know, the
What
curvature
is
does not
it?
have a map, right? There can be curvature everywhere, right? It's really where you stand from, right? There's no like specific place. Here's curvature.
Well, according to the math, it should start at a specific distance according to your eye height, did.
No, it has variables. You can stand on the top of the biggest mountain in the world to have a completely different experience than you climb in a tree. It's called perspective. Pretty simple.
Exactly. If you raise your height, your perspective increases. So therefore, you're not seeing down round a ball. You're not seeing round a corner.
No, but you see the edge of the sky touching the earth, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Well, curvature.
But yeah, your optical horizon increases, but the physical geometric of Earth's horizon shouldn't change. It's a
But it
set
does.
size. It shouldn't change. What does it breathe? Does it get bigger and smaller?
Yes,
Actually,
the horizon
it does.
changes with height, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you're the limit of the horizon is like half the Earth, right? If you're very far away from the ball, you can always see one half of it at a time. If you're really close to the surface, it's definitely less than half of Earth that you can see at a time. Like,
In all reality, when are you going to get that far away?
From what?
Earth.
dude, like spacecraft do, right? But if you take an orange, right, and you stretch your hand out, you see half the orange. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's
you put
geometric
your eyeball
horizon.
next to the orange, and your horizon isn't going to encompass all that.
Yeah, the geometric horizon changes. It moves in closer with your eye when you move your eye closer to the ground. That's why when you lie down in a long corridor, you can't see the end of the corridor. But if you stand up, you can.
Well, mate,
How
at
does it
certain
work?
points you need to get a basic in science to understand what we're saying, and not sure we can help you out with this one.
Well, don't worry about it, mate. Plenty of people have tried, but if you can provide physical evidence of Earth's curve where it should be according to the geometric size of Earth that you give us,
All right.
then
What
what
about a
would happen?
picture made by NASA? Let's keep it simple then. It's not that hard.
How can you prove that exists, dude? You can't prove that this place that you call NASA, this place you call space.
You're one of those people. Got it. Yeah, got it.
Well, technically, it's a thermodynamics violation, mate. So gas pressure next to a vacuum and all that. So it doesn't really equate for me. Or for a
So
lot
the Indians didn't land on the moon a couple of weeks ago.
You think that was real?
No, they didn't. That's a violation of space. Or yes,
dude.
So that's why that's why I'm able to see Starlink pass by every night.
Lights
What
in
does
the
that mean? You
sky.
see balloons pass by.
Hmm.
What does that mean? You see it pass by.
You know what Starlink is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, Starlink is the system from Elon Musk that provides you with internet in the most remote places. It's kind of shit, but hey, we have it. I can see it pass it every few weeks. I've seen it.
Take a picture next time.
Can you verify what's holding that in the sky?
Yeah, even if he takes a picture, you're just going to deny it and claim it's CGI. That's what you people always
Yeah.
do.
No, I'm just asking what the verification is.
Well, my camera.
I know what your belief is. I mean, you believe that it's floating around up there and nothing, falling around the earth.
I mean,
'cause we
dude,
put
that's
through-
just like it's endless, right? It
Yes.
starts with like the basics of like the Cavendish experiment, the sticks in the sand. Then you go to actually having satellites, having the ISS go overhead. Like you can picture the thing, right? Like it's just there and it's flying and it's definitely not a balloon, right? Like you can
Would you
look at any other object in the sky and it's a ball floating out there, you know?
Let's make it simpler.
Like you can, Jesus, it's just
Nick,
like
I have
so
an idea.
overwhelming.
Would you like
No,
to have
no,
live
no.
footage of a satellite? Live footage.
Yeah, the Himawari.
Or we can just look at the cameras of the ISS that's spinning around the
loop.
Earth
Yeah.
constantly.
1.5 hour loop.
So do you think the ISS, does it exist when it goes overhead? I mean, have you ever seen an ISS transit?
Nope. Have you?
Yes.
I've
Yes.
seen
Like
this
I've
guy.
seen it multiple times. I got an app
That
on
I've
my
ever
phone
talked to
and there's a
always
Here you go.
transit going and I
It's
have a
pretty
picture.
simple. It's
Every
ISS
television-
live camera stream, and you can see the Earth is around like constantly if you want to.
Yeah, we looked at it yesterday. The clouds don't move.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, will somebody explain how speed works?
10,000 times.
How are you expecting to see the movement of clouds when you're going by at 8 kilometers
We
per
don't even.
second
We
and
don't even need
400
to go.
kilometers
We don't
distance?
even need to go
Yeah.
to science. We don't.
What?
Business. Do you people really think companies are spending billions of dollars on rockets and satellite technology that doesn't exist, that doesn't work or doesn't exist? They'd be out of business.
And again, for
You're
what
right.
purpose?
You're right. You're
Nope, I
entirely
don't
right.
think
Which
they
is
are
why
spending
the
billions of
simplest
dollars.
explanation is that it does exist.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
What's the purpose?
It is literally the stupidest conspiracy theory ever.
And again,
It's so incredibly retarded that these people have to be posed. They can't be serious.
I'm
You
asking
seem
every
angry.
flat earther, why do you guys believe the Earth is flat, and why are they lying to us? What could be possibly the reason we should not know what the size and the furniture and whatever our planet looks like? What's the point?
Oh, you gotta turn your volume down a bit.
Oh, sorry. Well, now it's quiet.
Yeah. You killed everybody's eardrums.
My deepest apologies.
Waiting for you guys to yell at each other.
Do we even have flat earthers in here? Is it Phoebe? You're a flat earther, right? Come on, give your take.
I think we scared the last one away.
We
I
haven't
think he's
scared
the.
anybody away.
I think he's the owner of the room.
We haven't scared anybody away.
Aurora owns the room.
Ours is being created, don't worry.
No, they'll run away.
Boring.
The truth is that you can prove it to them 9 million ways, and they'll just deny it. They'll just say it's a conspiracy.
So your
See?
proof is people spend money?
No. There's plenty of proof, right? But you're rejecting all of that proof, and then also just the basic idea
what
of
I'm
like
saying is businesses don't spend billions and billions of dollars on
You're right.
technology
They
that
don't
doesn't
spend
exist.
it. Who told you they
Yes.
did?
What do you think these companies do? What do
Which
you think
one?
What do you think SpaceX does, or all these satellite companies that depend
What do
on
they spend
Make
billions of
movies.
dollars on? What costs billions of dollars?
Do you think satellites are free?
They don't cost $1 billion.
You would be
Yeah, they
surprised
do.
though.
I mean, one single satellite, no, but like in total, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry easily.
A year.
There are satellites that cost $1 billion.
Okay, so they're spending billions of our dollars on flat Earth satellites, and
Wait, what?
You know what?
so they're spending billions of dollars on flat Earth satellites, and
There's no such thing as flat Earth. The Earth
what are you
is
talking about?
verifiably a globe.
Okay,
If you
so
think,
how
the Earth is flat, you're a fucking retard.
Listen,
How
you guys
does
are
that-
in crisis mode right now.
He's in crisis.
The water's flat and
How-
level, and you guys flipped out about it.
Okay,
No,
how
this is
do,
not
how
flat.
do
Kinda funny.
satellites work on a flat Earth model? Like, how would the ISS be suspended? Like, it's a thing again. Like, has anybody seen a transit?
How's it
Like,
gonna
have
work with
people
a
seen
globe?
transit?
How's a globe model going to help you get a satellite into orbit? Because
depends on
orbital
orbit.
parts of a globe are based on R, the globe radius. Who measured that shit?
What? Yeah, it's
What?
measured. It was successfully
measured.
measured, which allowed them to send up the satellites, which we can
Which-
see because the
by
satellites are like visible by the naked eye. But you can
Who
also like
measured it?
I asked how.
just say
I
it's
didn't say.
measured.
Yeah, I didn't ask was it measured. I asked how. Try again.
no,
He's one of those
irrelevant.
gotcha guys.
So if what like
Yeah, I got you
I
on
can
this
tell
one.
you 1,000 ways in which we measure the like radius
Okay,
of the Earth.
name
You would
7
dismiss all
ways.
of them.
That you measured it.
Yeah, like you said, name one then.
He
No,
doesn't have to. It's
Satellites
been done.
exist. Like you need you need to present a hypothesis.
Okay, he doesn't have it. Any of you other guys got the measurement for the radius that you need for your imaginary globe satellites? Go ahead.
Yes, I'm just gonna send you the Wikipedia link, and you can read the different ways
Yeah.
we established it. That's
Oh, what?
basically
He
Okay.
won't read it. He won't read it. He'll just deny that it's there.
But,
What-
But you
Deny
say
here's
it's
a
there.
whole Wikipedia about Earth rays and how we measure it and what it.
Deny what? What's in the
So
Wikipedia link?
Wikipedia is your proof.
It shows you how.
Okay, you would like
shows you
another
how they
link?
did
That's
it.
not a problem.
It shows you how
Deny
they did
what?
it.
Okay, how did they do it?
Well, you can read it.
Yeah, you can
No,
read
no,
it.
you
Here,
can just
hear
tell
about.
us.
Yuppie
Mike-
Banker has no idea. Historical,
What?
what did they do?
Our job is to not to explain to you. Your job is to
Okay.
go find out. But
So
it's
you
been
don't know
done.
what they did. So you
Wrong
don't know what
kid.
they did either.
Wrong kid.
So you don't know what they did either. Okay, we'll go back to Yuppie Banker. Maybe he read his article now.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
but
I just got you the whole study. You can read it in your own leisure.
Perfect. Did you happen to read it yet?
No, not yet, but I'm taking my
Okay.
time to read it.
So you haven't read it. So how do you know that there's any? How do you know that there's any evidence in it?
Well, it's called it's called science, and it's called like reliable sources.
Is that the name of your cult? Science?
Yeah, I will call it a cult. Yeah, it's called the Institute of Physics. It's,
Yeah, because you
pretty
just called it
reputable.
science and said, "Well, there it is. There's the proof. It's science," but you didn't actually provide any proof. It sounds kind of
I did.
cult-like.
It's a whole study.
Okay, what's in it?
Even though you're,
Okay, what's in it? What's the proof
even
that's
though
in it?
you're literally using science right now to talk to people online.
You want to read it? You want me to read it?
Okay, so what's the proof? Okay, so I'm literally using science right now to talk online. Is that your
Measuring the
proof?
radius of the Earth, integration between the direct transposition information.
Which one of you is
information
taking? You guys can't both do it, and both of you don't seem to know what you're talking about. So two people talking at once who don't know what they're talking about is as good as zero. So historical. You said that I'm talking on the internet right now. Is that your globe proof?
No, you're saying that science doesn't work, but yet you're talking on the internet, and that's
I didn't
possible.
say that.
We understand.
Dude, okay, go take your meds. I never said science doesn't work. Let's go back to the other guy. Yuppie.
Well, too bad. I was just reading the study and you stopped me halfway. So what's the point of even repeating it?
Well, I mean, this is your claim, right? So I would hope that you read the proof for it. So did you find it yet?
Oh yeah, I'm reading it completely, but you muted me halfway.
That's okay. You're back on the air.
Just so we're clear, you saying that the world is flat means
water
that
is.
you think that means that you think science doesn't work. We use science.
Oh really? Oh really?
to
What
determine
science?
the world
Okay, can you name the experiment that I don't think works because water's flat?
Here's a methodology. Voila, I send it to you.
Okay, what is it? Just describe it. Describe the method.
Read it.
This is your proof, buddy. You're gonna have to read your source and then
I was
tell me.
reading it already. You muted
Okay,
me.
well, okay, you read it. You read it, so now you know what your proof is. So go on and explain it.
Well, you can read it. I just posted it for you.
Well, no, you can read it because this is your
So I'm
argument.
giving you a study, and you refuse to read it.
Well, what's
He
the
did not
study?
read it himself.
Yeah, you don't even know what's in it, so why would I waste my time? You don't even know that the proof that I asked for is in there. 'Cause you didn't read it.
It's 3 pages.
You didn't read it, so how do you know that what I asked for is in?
The curvature angle is, by the
Yeah.
way, 35 degrees and some perimeters, and that in that perimeter you can see it is 32,525 kilometers, with a range of 5,908 kilometers, with a percentage error of 0.3.8%, and that's done by students who do math. So students who study math can do it. I'm pretty sure scientists can do it.
So where's the measurement? Okay, so students who do math, was that the measurement? Okay, so students who do math, was that the measurement? Can you give me the method?
Mate,
you gave me the numbers. Give me the method that they used to get.
in detail. You can read it.
Okay, you posted it in detail. You posted in detail, so it should be no problem for you to read what you posted and tell us what the method is that they used to get those numbers you just rattled off. Go ahead.
All right, boys, are you ready for a nice reading?
Yeah, I'm ready for you to read it to us. Let's go. I'm ready for the bedtime story. Give us the method. Go ahead.
Basic science of the political believer in the university, the physics of mathematics teaches proposed an activity framed in pedagogical strategy of a problem-based learning, in which students must...
Okay, well, he sounds utterly insane. Did anybody else hear the method for measuring the curvature of the Earth that he was trying to describe? Maybe somebody could translate. One of you other globeheads could maybe translate for him because he's off his meds today. Anybody?
He's speeding over too fast.
Did you understand what the method was that he was trying to lay out for us? Because I sure didn't.
He was speeding. He's
Okay, so nobody understood what the hell he was talking about.
I believe in science so much. NASA could be using, CGI.
You gotta fix your mic. I can't hear you.
Put your mic by your mouth.
Yeah, don't talk into your shoe.
Can you hear me or?
Yes.
Way better.
Thank you. Wait, what I was saying is that NASA, has been caught, using CGI and stuff. So why do you guys believe in science so much if,
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, NASA has a bunch of cartoons and movies, and that's what these kids think science is. Historical philosopher, do you know what science is?
Yes.
Would you be able to define science?
Oh, I can actually tell you how they measure it.
Okay, yeah, let's just do that.
They go to the 3 poles, and they go to the North Pole, the Equator, and the South Pole, and they measure and they measure the angles from there.
Angles of what?
Yeah, angles of what?
Angles of what?
The sunlight.
Oh, sunlight. Okay, so I got a ceiling light, and I got different angles to that light all through the room. Is the room a ball?
It's not the same thing, but okay.
It's the same thing.
This is a waste of time. You're just a fucking retard.
It is. It's a waste of time you trying to prove your fairy tale, but it entertains us, so go ahead.
The only person who's trying to prove it, I'll tell you what. Give me some evidence. Tell me how sunsets work on a flat Earth.
Okay.
Tell me how
I got it.
Sky. All he wants is the sky. The sky.
What about the sky?
That's all you want to look at. The sky. You don't want to talk about the fact the Earth is flat.
Tell me how sunsets work.
They don't set over a curve, because if you check any body of water on the Earth, it's flat, level, horizontal at rest. Therefore, when the sun goes away over the horizon, over the ocean, it's actually not getting blocked by any curve. It's just going far away.
Why doesn't the sun change size? If it was going away, it would change size. It would get smaller.
Is it because it's getting blocked by a curve?
No. It's
okay. Well, then what's the problem?
No. Hold on. The sun doesn't change size on a globe. What happens is the Earth rotates, and the sun and part of the.
That's a really. I love the story. I love the storytelling. But are you telling me that the sun doesn't change angular size because it's getting blocked by a curve as it sets? Oh my God, he doesn't even understand what he's saying.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I said the same thing that you're trying to say, but you didn't recognize it.
You understand the Earth rotates, correct? The Earth is very large.
Who measured that? Who measured that?
Okay, Aristophanes measured it in 240
He measured the rotation?
We've known for 2,200 years that the Earth.
Incorrect. It's
He
incorrect.
measured the rotation?
No, he measured the radius of the Earth.
Well, you just said it rotates. I asked you for a measurement of that.
What's the fucking idiot's name who measured 15 degrees of drift? Bob Nodell.
Oh, a flat earther measured the rotation. I thought you guys had thousands of years of proof of this, but it took until 2020 or whatever for a flat earther to do it. Explain his method.
Gyroscopes measure the drift.
Really?
15
Oh,
degrees
do
an hour,
they?
yeah.
Oh, they measure a drift. And a drift is due to rotation of the Earth.
That's correct.
Okay, so basically we're getting Coriolis effect, right?
Yep. And
So
that's
what's
why
the inertial reference frame?
That's why in the north.
So what's the inertial reference frame?
And the south they rotate differently.
Yeah, so what's... No, they don't. But what's the inertial reference frame? No, they don't, but we're going to get to that after you tell me what the inertial reference frame is the gyro is in.
Oh, this is a waste of time. You're a fucking idiot.
Is that your globe proof? I'm a fucking idiot?
And he's gone.
I mean, you gotta be more respectful, you know? Like, he's proving his point correctly, so you don't gotta be,
Really?
like, you know, overly defensive. You
Who's
know what I
proving
mean?
their point? No, who's proving their point?
No, I'm talking about the other guy who left, you know, the one who was calling you a fucking retard. Like,
Yeah, he wasn't...
he's not...
Yeah.
If anyone
he's
has any
offensive.
questions, you may ask me.
Okay,
thanks. Wait, hold on. Have you heard of the, you know, Project High Jump, I think?
Yes,
Yeah, you know, yeah, so it is, that means that, like, you know, that there are, like, you know, other lands beyond the ice wall. If, you know, so that's why, you know, like, they want to, like, you know, minimize the map, make it a circle, you know, not like a flat dome, you know,
Here's
like,
here's
you know what I
what you
mean?
guys here's what you guys need to keep your attention on, because this is actually real NASA science. And this is the fact of the matter. Now, more data is coming out that the Earth is central to the entire universe. It's a physicsy way of saying
geocentric.
that the Earth is in the center of the universe. Now, this is backed up by NASA science, and these NASA scientists, and not just NASA scientists, but scientists from all over the world who study this, have termed this the axis of evil because it's a very troubling, sort of like Einstein's spooky action at a distance or dark energy. They give these names to these incredible phenomena that do not work with the assumptions of physics.
I think it was Hubble who said that that was an utterly terrifying prospect that we're at the center, so we have to deny it, basically.
So get this, though. Here's what's startling. And this is 2023 data. So it's been established using the cosmic microwave background, but now there's another researcher totally removed from the cosmic microwave background data who has shown the same independent line of evidence using the rotation of galaxies, saying that there's no way that you could have this kind of rotation without the axis, the dipole. And this guy's name is Lior Shamir, and he is a scientist at Kansas. And I just read some of his latest paper that was just published. This is very, very universe shattering, and I think that the flat earther needs to start paying attention to this thing here, because this is beyond dispute.
That sounds awesome. Post it up.
I will. Hold on a sec.
Forgive me, do you mind sending me the link? I would love to see the link. If that's okay with you.
I'll give you the actual paper. He actually just sent it to me personally, but yeah, that's the only reason I know of it. I've seen his work before, but I emailed him the other week and he gave me this thing today. But anyway, let me pull it up and then I'll post it in the side check. But remember the name Lior, Lior, Shamir, Shamir. Lior Shamir. You can see him on YouTube. You can see him on Google, and he knows more than anyone on this, because he has done a survey of literally hundreds of thousands of galaxies, the biggest data set ever, and it's all screaming that the axis of evil is legitimate. And in his latest paper, he demolishes all the other papers that say it isn't. He goes through them, he tries to replicate their data, and he shows that they're wrong. And here's why. And he says, in fact, their own data suggests the axis of evil. And the axis of evil is another way of saying the Earth is in the center of the universe. Now, Lior, I don't think is a God believer. I think he believes that it proves that we come from the middle of a black hole. I think that's his belief. I'm not sure. I don't want to say it is his belief, but I think that he might lean in that direction, though. And he says, look, we know black holes are rotating. And remember, he's a mainstream scientist, so he believes in black holes and all that stuff. He says black holes are rotating. He said, so then the effect of black holes are also going to be rotating in a certain direction. And he says that's exactly what we find. But anyway, I don't believe in the black hole theory, but it doesn't matter. Independent lines of evidence are showing us with the biggest telescopes, the best satellites, that the Earth is in the center of the cosmos. This is groundbreaking.
Wait, objects. You think the Earth is flat?
No.
Why not?
I would need to see the NASA data on that.
Let's go to a beach. Water's flat, level, horizontal. You got most of the picture, the geocentric part. That's cool.
My
So
best friend
hopefully
is
the
an
ball,
astronaut.
get rid of the ball eventually, but you're doing good.
Well, I'll give you guys a little inside baseball. I am an astronaut, and I actually have been to space, and I have seen it's round.
Got a picture, photograph, or
I did take a photo with my iPhone, yes.
Can we verify it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to go to the beach and try to verify it. If you took a picture of a ball Earth, then the lake there is going to be dropping off.
But if you think about it, let me ask you this, though. Seriously, if you had a close friend that was an astronaut, and he went up and took a photo with his iPhone and showed a globe Earth and showed it to you, you still would reject it. You would say you're part of the system.
How do you know so much about what I would do? You just met me.
But you agree with me, right? You would reject that out of hand.
No, I don't, because I was going to give you a whole other response before you decided what my response was.
Isn't it true that I pretty much know what you're going to say before you say it, though?
It already isn't. That's what I've been saying. And you just keep trying to pigeonhole me into taking the response you wanted me to.
Well, because you asked that of me. You said I need to prove that that's
Well,
authentic
how about, okay, you just accept you were wrong about what I'm going to say, and now I'll tell you what I'm going to say.
I was correct.
No, you were not correct.
You were
Be
correct?
more humble. Just, be more accepting and humble and just say you're sorry. Don't be a narcissist.
He's still insisting that I'm going to say what he thinks I'm going to say, even though I've told him like 6 times that I'm going to say something else. And then he goes, I'm correct.
Okay, guys,
Anyway,
I'm posting the open chat.
I'll say what I was going to say then. I would ask him if we could verify that with a direct measurement of surface curvature of a body of water. If we can, then I go, okay, fine, fair enough. Looks like you took a picture of a ball Earth. If I go to the beach and find that shit ain't curving, I'd be like, jigs up, buddy. So that's what I would do. Fair enough.
Didn't some flat earthers try exactly this experiment where they shot a laser basically over this long distance, and they were expecting yeah, it's on I think it's part of Netflix.
No, I haven't heard of any flat earthers accidentally measuring curvature of water. No, that didn't happen. Basically, they had a light, a flashlight. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Right, yeah. So I think it's on the documentary that's available on Netflix, right? So if anybody wants to check it out, but yeah, I think they did the experiment. They shot the laser, and their expectation was that it was going to be visible at the same level that they were, expecting it to be at. And unfortunately for them, it wasn't. Right.
Why is that unfortunate for them?
Well, because it was consistent with what you would expect if there was curvature.
Oh, is there curvature?
Well, I mean, that experiment seemed to show
it's not consistent.
Results that were more consistent with the curved.
No, it's not. Do you think that just because oceans don't curve, that beam divergence doesn't happen, that diffraction doesn't happen? Also, he didn't even use a laser. I think it was just a flashlight. It didn't seem like he knew what he was doing. There's no collimator. So what would you expect? It's a stupid test. Is that the best you guys got?
Well, no, I'm just
It's
saying.
weird. I just want to point out real quick,
Yeah,
it's just weird how you guys have thousands of years of proof, and then we ask you for it, and it just seems like all your proof came from flat earthers in 2020. What's up?
No, I mean, like, why, like, if you're sailing towards the landmass, right? Like, why do you see like the top of like the lighthouse first, and then you see the rest of the light, and then you see the land, and then you see the rocks at the bottom of the shore, right? And then you can see the whole thing.
The Earth curve? Are you saying that that's being hidden by the curve of the Earth?
Well, I mean, if you can't see it,
Yes or
if you
no?
can't see it, yes, is yes.
Maybe it's just the curve of your scoliosis fucking twisted spine, you fucking Igor motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
great. Very, very intelligent response.
Curve, okay. Where were we? Sorry, I stepped away for a sec.
He admitted that when you see boats go over the horizon, that's the curve of the Earth.
Oh, that's the curve of the Earth. Yeah, Radwin just showed you that that's not the case. Did you check the chat there?
This is just an incredibly unfortunate byproduct of the American school system.
Okay, so that has nothing to do with the question that was just asked. Yeah, and the globe is an unfortunate byproduct of the school system. You are unfortunate. So check the chat there. If boats are disappearing bottom up over a curvature obstruction, if you went to school, this would be easy for you to follow. Then that obstruction would start at 1.2 miles times the square root of the observer height in feet. That's a 1 foot observer height in that picture we're showing you. So that's a 1.2 mile horizon distance for the globe. But we see that geometric horizon doesn't exist. The horizon is further than 9.4 miles. Did you take enough school to follow what I just said to you, Flathead?
Accounting for all the variables. You're not accounting for light refraction.
Okay, so light refraction. So there is a geometric horizon there at 1.2 miles, but it's refracted to appear further than 9.4? Explain.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you just said.
Well, you don't recognize your own claim. I guess you don't understand what you're talking about then.
No, I understand it very well. It's just a really unfortunate side effect.
Okay, now he's going to whine about the school system that failed him again. So, you're saying that there's a geometric 1.2 mile horizon in that picture, but light refraction makes it appear further than 9.4?
You're talking about.
So he doesn't understand his claim for the second
No,
time. So what's your claim?
He said boats go over a curve. We show him a picture. He doesn't understand.
Yeah, boats go over a curve, then we show him a picture where we can prove that curve isn't there, and then he goes, oh, well, light refraction made it invisible. Okay, so what curve are they going over?
Looking at a picture.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you again. Is there a geometric horizon in that picture at calm down. Is there a geometric horizon in that picture at 1.2 miles refracted to appear further than 9.4? Yes or no?
Oh, you little bit.
What, like, you're referencing some like photo in the chat.
You're not going to run the room. Sorry, go ahead, London.
There's no like supporting. It's just a picture, right? This is just like a picture with some writing on it. There's not like really any sort of anything to work with here. Like, I don't have any way to sort of verify any of this stuff is like, referring to anything in reality, right? It's just a bunch of stuff shoved together into a photo with some writing.
That's fair.
And like, yeah, it's not really.
Bro, this just proves everything that you said is wrong. What do you not understand?
Well, I'll give you the original video, okay? It's a still from. I understand what you're saying, and yeah, we are just presenting an image to you, right? You know, you're within your rights to want to go validate it. So I'll give you the link to the video that it was taken from. Okay, that's the original video. It's a still from that. I'll give you another video that breaks down the whole argument, gives you the coordinates of the rigs and all that stuff. Because if you want to make sure that we're not bullshitting you about these things, that's what you want to look at. So 1 second.
Yep, and where he was standing on the beach, so you can do the measurements yourself using GPS and figuring it out. I know, I did it myself to make sure.
Yeah, it's a real video shot by a real guy at the beach. It's that easy to end the globe fantasy. You just go to the beach. That's it. That's all, folks.
That's the globe is gone. It's all over.
Yeah. Another satisfied customer.
They always are.
I think I gotta let them go crazy a little bit more because they just all went quiet. We gotta keep this room bumping.
Well, here's the thing. When they start just completely talking over and over and you don't know what you can't even hear, you got to do something.
Yeah. Well, if all they want to use the room for is that, then we might as well just kick them out anyway.
He didn't realize he was server muted that whole time until the last time when he said, I was server muted.
Oh, it took him that many times to figure it out?
Yeah, so he was just talking and not realizing it.
Just talking, plugging his ears. No, I can't hear you.
That's funny shit there.
Why do they have to do that if the globe is so rock solid? Should be no problem to face anything we have to say, but they have to try to drown us out for some reason. I really like the so they're spending billions on flat Earth satellites for us. That really made them mad.
Yeah, well, that was incredible. Billions of dollars for satellites for flat
Yeah.
Earth.
Well, thanks, NASA.
Raspberry Pis don't cost that much, neither do little antennas.
Yeah, and his argument was basically money. They're spending billions. Gotta be a globe.
It's a globe because companies spend billions of dollars.
Just can't wait to hear what they're gonna say now. And even to the guy that was challenging the video, I would say best case is just go to the beach and check for yourself. Don't listen to me, don't listen to NASA or any of these retards in here. Um, the Globers, that is. Just go check.
Just by saying that makes them even afraid to go to the beach now. You know that, right? Now
They're
they
gonna
have
have
to
to avoid that place.
they have to think about when if they go to the beach with somebody, are they actually going to look or not?
Probably do the same thing they do here, where they try to talk over you and they plug their ears. Probably they'll blindfold themselves when they're at the beach from now on.
They'll worry about something else that's happening at the beach, not the actual beach.
All right. This is a good time to take a break for a bit, but I'm staying parked here so we don't lose the place.
Okay, me too.
Hey, Crit.
Hey, what's up, boss?
Not much. I'm just gonna be parked here just so that the room stays open. But yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I saw that you were in here because you have got that friends active now, like
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, I saw that you were in the. I was like, hey, let's see what's going on.
yeah. Um, so I have to somebody has to stay in this VC all the time, or else as soon as the room clears out, it just goes away. So I'm just gonna chill here all day. I can't really VC right now, but anybody else who wants to get in here and talk to these maniacs, that'll be good. We've just had like a steady stream of globe maniacs here. It's been a lot of fun.
Heretic. They've boycotted me, my friends. They're so upset with me. My God. I can't believe they're behaving like this.
Oh well, you got us for friends.
No, I'm so shocked. It's like at the end of the day, you guys need a guest room, so like I'm going to help you guys because I think you guys need one, you know? And I don't know why they're upset about that.
That's
It's so
pretty cult like though of them to just push you out because like water's flat.
Yeah, because one of them was here, Downey. He keeps changing his name, but I know him by Downey. The one that you guys kicked out yesterday. I think he went and told Ariel. And then Ariel like DM'd me out of the blue and he was like, I heard a rumor that you're a flat earther again. And then he sent me like a disappointed emoji and a ban emoji. And I
They're
was
going
like,
into
join, and he did. And I think, yeah, they're kind of getting me to choose, which is not fair because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what's best for the server. And I think the server does need a flat earth guest room.
well, of course it does. This place has
Um,
been bumping the whole time.
and
And
and I think with what you guys were saying, it's like either
we're
one of you
literally
guys has to be on 24/7. Yeah,
yeah,
and the
that's too
others
much.
can't moderate, so it would make sense for you guys to have a guest room. This is nothing to do with I feel like they're making it seem like I'm choosing you guys over them. That's not what I'm doing. I just want you guys to have your guest room and then you guys can do your own thing. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah, because one of us
God.
can't be up like all hours of every day just like modding this place like Spake was somehow for 36 straight hours. That was crazy.
Bless him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
And
was
it's
gonna
not just
say.
that, because you guys don't have the ranking. You guys can't create your own join to create VCs either. So you need a
Yeah.
guest room. You need
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and then if like me or Warden or Crit or somebody when like Spake isn't here or something, like we can take turns and we can at least keep control over the place so that like these trigger guys don't come in here and start streaming like gay porn or something and get it shut down or whatever.
Exactly. Is Crit one of your friends? He sent me a friend
Yeah.
request. Is he?
I'm right
Yeah.
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Good.
He's
Oh,
a
hey.
mod
Sorry.
or
I'm
Hi.
just
gold.
checking because, like, hey,
He's basically a mod from 24/7.
I see. Yeah. So once you guys get your guest rooms, you would be able to appoint your own mods and deal with all of that. It's just until that happens, I guess I'm going to join to create VCs for you guys. Um, but I'm kind
Love
of
it. Thank you.
upset though that they're behaving like this with me. My
That's just
God.
cult like. Like why does it matter to them that much? Like it's like
Yeah.
they're losing a cult member and they're like, now they're gonna shun you and do all these shaming tactics to try to get you to turn around.
At the end of the day, like, you guys have a guest room. If they don't agree with the flat earth, fine. Don't go in there. If you want to go in there to debate flat earthers, that's also fine too. Just make sure you have respect. But I don't know why
Isn't it funny though,
they're
the
not
reaction we
happy with
get?
me.
Well, all we're doing, literally the only thing we're doing is asking them for their proof. That's all
It was
we've done.
odd too. They'll tell you they
Yeah.
disagree with flat Earth, and I'm like, okay, what is it? And they can't even tell you.
I
Like they'll
know.
tell you
I
flat is
know.
a shape. No, flat's not a shape. Flat is an adjective. It describes a surface. And then they'll say, like, well, flat Earth is a disk in space. And you disagree. I disagree with that too. Okay, so now we both disagree with the third pizza from the Flat Earth Society model. Now let's talk about what we agree on. And they're like, no,
No,
you have to be that. They'll tell you you have to defend that model. I'm like, why? I disagree with it.
No, one of them yesterday, and then another one like put his 2 cents in too. It was like, oh, there's no point getting them a guest room because they're just gonna keep muting and banning opposition, and then it's just gonna die out. Well, if you guys do that, that's on you. At the end of the day, you guys have said that there's a problem, which is that one person can't be on 24/7 to moderate this room. That is a problem. I've told the founders, they've agreed to give you guys a guest room. That's it. It's not. I don't know why they're getting salty about that. I'm confused. Oh my god.
It's honestly, I'm not even kidding. It's because the Globe is a cult and they're losing a cult member. That's what they feel like.
Just quit. I'm going to promote you so that you can post images. Just letting you know.
Who muted Don? What did Don do to get muted? Don's a good person.
Let's find out what he did. I'll take him off mute. And he'll probably do whatever he did again. Let's see. Hi, Don.
Hello?
Yo.
So are you opposed to a heliocentric model? I forget which one you're rooting for.
I don't oppose models. I don't care about models.
Oh?
Yeah, I just go outside and say the water's flat, guys. Pack it in. Globes don't have flat surfaces.
And what I would tell you is go take a 12-foot tin boat on like one of the Great Lakes and you'll see how flat the water is. I mean, don't do it actually, but like,
You're right.
I'm just saying, like, you could go out into the bay and be like, oh shit, and you'll turn around real quick.
You're right. I can go out there and see how flat it is. It's as flat as any other body of water.
And what are you gonna do when the white caps like swell over your 13-foot tin boat?
Die maybe?
Yeah, but
Try to
you
survive?
shouldn't
I don't
die
know.
if
What's
the
that got
water's
to do with the
flat.
topic? Oh,
If
I
the
see.
water's flat, there won't be any waves to swell the boat, right?
Oh, I see. Okay, so you misunderstand what we're talking about. Yeah, so
No,
when
you're
water
saying
is
the
at
water's
rest.
flat. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
so when
like, there
water
is
is
water
at
that's
rest.
not flat.
So when water is at
The only
rest,
water
it's
that's
flat.
gonna be flat is the water you
Okay,
pour in a glass.
one at a
buddy.
time, okay? Like,
Yeah, so
don't get relaxed on.
Yeah, don't get
okay?
excited.
You will get your say, okay? You're not going to be silenced here. You will have a chance to talk. You just have to do it appropriately. That's it.
Bro, he just said water's flat. I disproved him. I don't need to say anything else.
Okay, well,
Okay,
thank
yeah.
you for that.
Okay, that's fine. When water is not at rest, it's not entirely flat. There's waves and undulations. Obviously, everybody knew
Okay,
that.
but when have
That
you ever
just went
seen a
without
body
saying.
of water other than a swamp or a pond where the water doesn't move? Or the rare instance that a small lake is maybe like the
Okay,
water
so
is
let's put it
flat,
like
right?
this. Water tends towards a horizontal equilibrium at the surface. Is that okay?
Are you trying to tell me that all these lake beds are flat?
I'm trying to tell you that water seeks a level, horizontal surface at rest. Is that okay?
I
Or does it seek
I
a
have
curved,
nothing else to
convex
say, bro.
surface level? Does it do that? Yeah, you got nothing else to say. Your globe proof is waves. You're a retard. Go on mute. Oh, I can't handle these guys all day. I do have to do something else at some point. We need that room. But we got acid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to step back and let somebody else take the combo so I can do other things.
Just don't leave, okay? Because then the room's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna stay in here the whole time. But I'm gonna try to let someone else talk, which is hard for me.
So which part of the flat Earth
Aurora,
are
you're
you
from
guys
your
talking
people.
about? Are you talking about the sea or the fucking mountains or the ice wall?
Wait, who here is a flat Earth except apart from
That's what
Aurora?
I'm trying to understand. I don't know who's a flat
What
earther
do you
here.
mean apart from Aurora?
I mean,
Yes,
you.
I'm a flat earther now.
Yeah, she's a flat Earther.
Oh, really? Aurora,
Yeah,
you're a
she
flat
is.
earther.
She just doesn't like to say it because
Yeah,
you
but I'm
know.
still learning, okay? I'm not going to be able to answer any of your questions. You're
You're
probably
still
best
learning
asking
that the
the
Earth
guys
is
here.
flat.
Yeah.
No, I'm learning. Okay, I accept that the Earth is flat just because of the sea level. Water, it lays flat, okay? That's it. Okay? It's not funny. Okay, prove that the Earth is a
Hey,
globe. Don't be
yeah.
sending me
Do
Photoshop
you dudes want
images
to?
of the Earth. Prove that the Earth is a globe.
Yeah. Do you dudes want to hear something really hilarious?
Yeah.
Okay. Sea level seeks a curved level when at rest. That's
You know
funny, eh?
what's really funny is that flat earthers usually like they stuck to something and they talk about it and they
Oh,
never
you mean
talk
like
about
flat
something else.
water? Yeah, we stick pretty good to
Yeah,
that.
you stick to it just because it's the only thing that you can debate on.
Well, because it's the only thing we need to debunk your entire outer space religion. So
Well, we
we
can
stick
all.
to it. Why
I,
move
I
off of
think
it?
I
It
think
works.
I think people who believe that the Earth is a sphere can also use something else to debunk your whole flat Earth
You said it
theory.
yourself. Beliefs will never debunk reality.
Well, flat
Sorry.
Earth is a belief. Flat Earth is a
No,
definitely
it's
a
not.
belief.
No, it's
It
an
is
axiom. That's just what you
100%.
experience. No,
Do you
okay. Let's do
do you
this.
believe
When
do you
you go
believe the
outside,
Earth
do
is a
you
dome?
do you experience oceans curving away from you?
Because
You
I'm
see
I'm
that?
extremely small compared to
Oh, so
the
that's
size
a
of the Earth.
no. Okay, so you
It's
see a flat Earth. Do
it's
you feel any
ridiculous. It's
rotation? Do you
ridiculous to
feel any
think that I'm.
rotation? Do you
No,
feel
hold
any
on. It's
rotation?
ridiculous that
Do you
you
feel
think
any
that I would
rotation?
feel the Earth curvature with my feet.
Feel it.
It's
I didn't ask you if
extremely
you would feel
ridiculous.
it. Are you okay? Have you had your meds yet? I asked you if you'd see it curving all away in all directions away from you. That's what I asked.
No, I'm not gonna
No, you
see. I'm
don't.
not gonna
Okay,
sense it.
so no, you don't see
Okay,
any curvature.
nonsense.
In a flat Earth.
You don't see any
No,
curvature, so your experience is a flat Earth, right? So why do you believe the
Oh,
opposite
wait
of
a
what you
minute.
experience?
no, it's not a
Wait a minute.
belief. I can actually test that the Earth
Okay, give us the
has
test.
a
Give us
curvature.
the
That the
test.
Earth is a sphere.
I got you. Go
Isaiah
on. Give
and the
us.
book of
Okay,
Job.
so
God
so
dwells around.
Yeah, give us the test. What's the test you use to prove that oceans are
that.
actually curved, not flat like they look to you?
Oh, okay. So let's start with the sea level when Earth. Okay, so let me ask you something. When the sun
Well, you're gonna ask
sets.
me something. Where's your test?
No, hold on. I have a test. It's within the question.
Okay.
So if the Earth is flat, that means the sun is rotating above the flat disk, right?
I don't know.
Look at that.
It's moving around.
If the
That's for
Earth,
sure.
then sun. You
Okay,
already
so
broke
so
it.
if the sun is
If Earth,
rotating
then sun.
above a
Okay,
no
look
no
at look what you did
Crit,
there.
Crit,
If Earth,
hold on.
then sun.
Crit, please, man. Please let me just finish, man. Come on.
If Earth,
If the round sun is rotating
so
above a
if sun,
flying
then
disk,
Earth.
Yes.
why can't I see the sun when I go up in a high altitude or when I fly a plane?
Why did you
So
strawman us?
yeah, if sun or if Earth.
You said disc. Why'd you strawman us?
No, I'm saying this is your theory, right? Your theory is that
Your
the
test?
Earth is a
No,
disk.
it's not. It's not. I'm not talking about a theory. I've been telling you since you got here that I'm just talking about what you observe and experience. I'm not talking about a theory. And why'd you strawman us? Your test is a strawman?
Do you at least have some like an idea of what the flat
Yeah.
Earth is?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it in your
Go
understanding?
outside. Check it out.
No, I'm saying
It's what you observe and
if you draw a
experience.
model of the flat Earth, what would it look
Oh,
like?
I don't know. I haven't seen the whole thing from a God's eye view. You?
Oh, so you believe that the Earth is flat, but you don't know what did it look like, what sort of a flat disk it is, or a flat turtle neck or whatever. You don't know what it is, so you just believe
So
it, but you don't know what the fuck it is.
believe? No. Flat level water at rest is not a belief. That's an axiom. That's an observation. That's true every single time. Unless you can show us curved water at rest.
No,
Then I'll
you want
recant.
to see curved water, but your size is nothing compared to the size of the Earth.
Oh, okay. So you're just telling me again that it looks flat. So
Well,
how do you know it's not?
tell me what is your model of a flat Earth.
You just told me yet again that you experience flat. So why do you think
No,
it's not?
no, so I can debate you on this. Let's
There's
have a
no
debate.
debate.
Tell me what is your model of the flat Earth? What is it?
Oh,
Like
so you think that
my
you think
model
that
of a
debating
spherical
okay, so
Earth.
you think that debating somebody is pushing a straw man onto them. Nope, that's not how that
Fuck
works.
is that? No, I'm trying to understand your point of your own belief. If you
I've
can,
told it to you
if you
like
can
15
explain.
times. It's not a belief, it's an axiom. It's the same thing that you experience when you go outside and say, "Yep, there's no curvature here. I don't see any." But in your case, you go, "Well, that's just because I'm an ant. This is actually a really big ball." But that's obviously absurd on its face. So why do you think that?
Okay, so you experience a flat Earth. So if you move all around your
You do.
flat Earth model, can you draw me
Model?
this model? Yeah.
For the 15th time, I didn't bring up a model. You're the one who keeps bringing up models. For the 15th
why
time,
do you want
I'm
to
just
debate
talking about
models?
If
surface
you
properties
if
of
you
water.
walk around a house and you enter a room and something, you can have a general idea what this house looks like. You can draw a top-down
Okay, draw it.
blueprint of it. So tell me, what
Yeah,
is your
draw it.
blueprint of your Earth?
Yeah, to do it. If you think I should do that or anyone else should do that, you do that.
I'm
And
not
come
a
back with a
flat
model.
earther. I know that the Earth is a spherical ball.
You know this how?
I know this because I can test it.
Okay, with what?
Okay, so there are many tests. First of all, there are like okay, so when the sun sets
Oh, the
down
sun.
into the sea,
Okay,
yeah,
you can factor the sun out completely. That would be a uncontrolled variable. The sun, if you just remove the sun from your model completely, just took it out, it wouldn't change the surface of the Earth at all. The sun could disappear right now. Bang, it's gone. God could take the
okay.
sun away from you, and you still would have to prove the surface of the Earth. What is the
No.
surface of the Earth?
If the sun disappears, I would disappear too because the Earth depends on the sun's existence.
Yikes.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Mr. Batman back in here so we can like talk about how the Bible explains all this stuff, how the Earth is a globe.
Man.
Dude, simply put, flat earthers do not believe your religion. That's it.
So some flat earthers, some of them do actually. Some of them are Muslims. It's like me.
Yeah, yeah. There's a whole Muslim flat Earth Discord that you could probably go to and talk to them about debating that, because then now you have something you can fall back on.
No, I want to debate something that's observable, not believable. They believe in the texts. They have their own interpretation of the Quran, where they believe that it interprets a flat Earth. And there's also another, let's say, group of Muslims who believe that the interpretation of Quran indicates a round Earth. So it's a mess of a place because they only believe in a text. They don't want to talk about what they can observe, what they can test, what they can see, just like the other guy's saying. They don't even care about what you can see. They just see the text. That's why I can't really have a debate with them.
Well, you would need a claim to have a debate.
I claim to have a debate?
Yeah, and not you, everybody. Anybody who wants to debate would have to first have a claim and then an argument and then have a debate. Right now, you just have a bunch of questions and you just keep resetting to the sun. You got a
Okay, so
heliocentric religion. You believe in
so I
some sort of
assume
sun
you
worship.
are a flat earther?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you set whatever you said? You said you should set the debate first or the argument?
Yeah, for you. What can you want to debate this topic, but you don't even have an argument. You don't even have an observation. You don't even have a claim.
I assume a flat earther started this channel, right? So I assume there is a debate between all of us. Why is it only my debate to start?
No, you came in here. Do you have a
let's hear
claim?
each other.
Do you have
What is your
anything right
claim?
now?
What is your claim, right? If I assume, like,
Yeah, the Earth
let's
is
assume
flat.
that you started this channel, right? If you started this channel, then why did you start it? To debate people, right?
Yeah, and that's why the Earth is observably flat, measurably flat, and practically used as flat.
The actual reason
Measurably?
the room was started is to deprogram Globers, but if you want to call it debating, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can right now. You don't need me. Okay, you could use you and the Earth, and you could observe the Earth, and you would observe flat. You would observe stationary. Then you could measure the Earth. It would measure flat, and it'd be observed as flat and stationary. And the final crescendo, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, is any practical demonstration that you would use the Earth, make a road, a bridge, indoor plumbing. Anytime you will use the Earth, you will use it as both flat and as stationary. There won't be any physics you'll use. There won't be any construction you will do. Anytime you use the Earth, you will use it as both flat and stationary, matching both observations and measurements.
Let me ask you something. Aren't there like mega structures built, and in I don't know when, but
No, there's
when they were built, the curvature of the Earth was taken into account.
nope.
There are. I think I can look them up right now.
All right, have at it, Haas.
Yeah. Hold on.
That means they measured the curve of the Earth to do that.
Yes, they measured it in order to successfully build this structure. If it's a bridge, I'm not sure, but let me look it up.
It's not a bridge. It's kind of out on each end for the cable so it doesn't pull in on itself. The way they engineered things, they kind of pitch them away from each other so the cables have something to pull on instead of just pulling up on a straight pole and pulling it down. Then you got to have the same amount of cables on the other side. So if you knew anything about engineering, you'd know why a bridge is built that way.
No, they specifically state that they did this in order to account the curvature of the Earth.
Okay,
Well,
so
let's
now you've got background information. Use it. Can you use it?
What do you mean? Can
You, not me. You. So you've
you
looked up some
clarify?
structure
You mean
that
you look for?
you, not me. You.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for the information right now.
For
Hold on.
you. For not me. You.
No, you just said that when whatever you said, structures or things, when they are built, they build it for an idea of a flat Earth. That is incorrect.
Okay,
nope.
so
That's
now use it. Don't tell me about it. I'll read about some structure you built in the papers. You'll prove it to me by going out and I said practical demonstration. I'll read
Yeah,
about
that's
some
so
guy,
that's not
Aztec,
practical.
who built a structure that accounted for the curvature of the earth.
Yes, because that structure is large enough to account the curvature of the Earth.
Go do it.
Your feet or your vision is not enough to.
Okay, don't tell me about it. Go do it.
Okay.
See, like you're making it seem like you need my permission.
No, I'm
You
sorry. I'm
have
sorry.
it. You've got my permission.
You sound like delusional. What the fuck is use it
Okay,
mean?
good. I sound delusional. Now follow. That is a testable claim right there. You have made a claim that can be debated and tested. You think I sound delusional. Now what should you do next? Should you ask me another question, or would you go do this practical demonstration that you think you've discovered? I predict using the flat earth model, you will not be able to follow your worldview and you will ask me another question.
Nothing's built on a curve. Sorry.
That's the point. The point is to get him to follow that so he can realize it. Because once he starts building this structure, it doesn't matter what scale, he can use a scaled down model or whatever, he'll realize that nothing took into account the curvature of the Earth. Then he'll come back here and be like, "Oh shit, you were right. Let me try something else here." Yeah, certainly, Toby.
Yeah, when my inspector came out when I built the addition on my house, he actually measured the gravel to make sure it was level before they even started laying brick in the footer. It has to be level, or the shit's gonna fall down.
See what he did there? Yeah, use it, dude.
Use it for what? To build my own bridge?
Yeah, if you want to.
But why would I build my own bridge?
Because you think the Earth is curved.
I don't think it is curved.
You believe it. Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't believe it. It is curved. The fuck
But
is
you
a
can't
believe
prove
it? I think
can't
the ones who
prove it.
believe are the flat earthers. They have
You
nothing
can't
else
prove it.
to
You
do
can't
but
prove it.
believe.
Is
So
a
it's a
testable
belief.
claim. You think that you've got knowledge, secret king knowledge, and I have a belief. Therefore, you're going to ask me if it's okay for you to build a bridge. You've got my permission. Go build your bridge.
No, I'm not gonna build my bridge because I'm
Then
not an
don't.
engineer.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you're not even a geologist, right? Why are you talking about Earth?
Geologist.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Why do you got to be a geologist to use a laser
I
and
see.
a
I see.
camera?
You want to talk about this topic from the eyes of a caveman, someone who just walks around and just feels the earth with their feet. Something that's very basic. That's what you want, right?
No.
Yeah, I do. I want to act like you
I
just
don't.
woke up for the first time from a coma and walked outside, and then you're gonna somehow come up with that you live on a ball. Prove
Well,
that.
no, people didn't come up with that from the Stone Age. People needed tools and they needed science and math that accumulates over time for them to understand where they live, for them to understand the stars around them. I mean, people didn't just wake up and were like, "Oh, we live in a spherical planet." No, that didn't happen.
So is it safe to
Just
say
like
that
just like
um,
humans.
is it safe to say if I woke up from a coma and I didn't know any better, but I knew how to build an airplane, I could just build an airplane without knowing the Earth is curved and it would just fly normally?
I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time? Your voice cut
I
out.
didn't know the Earth was curved and I built myself an airplane. Would it fly?
Would it fly if you woke up from a coma and you built a plane?
Yeah. Does the ball, is that a requirement for building airplanes?
No. I said humans required
Fine. You said
decades or centuries of time for them
over time. Yes,
to
over
create the
time.
scientific basis for them to
Over
use
time.
tools to understand where they live.
Over time. So I didn't get all that shit over time. I just woke up out of a coma. I'm going to build myself an airplane. Do I need to know if the Earth is a ball or not for it to fly?
No.
So what do you use the ball Earth for? Because flight dynamics requires Earth to be
You don't
flat.
use it for you don't use a ball earth for. You live in it. You
I
don't have to
don't.
use it
I
for
don't.
something.
Water is flat and level. So
Yeah, when
where
you
I
want
live,
to
where
fly an
I live,
airplane, you
water.
understand you no, hold on. When you try to build a plane that you want to fly on, you understand different types of science. You understand aerodynamics. You understand propeller engines and stuff. Why would you take the curvature of the Earth into account for you to understand to fly?
Well, if it was the Earth was spinning, wouldn't you need to know that? Wouldn't it be
If the Earth
spinning when
is
you come?
spinning,
Wouldn't it be spinning when you come in for a landing, like going north and south landing strip? Wouldn't it be going underneath you towards the east?
no, you start flying first, and then you understand what's happening in your planet.
Oh, so you start flying and then you see the planets moving underneath you when you go in for a
Oh,
landing, or
you don't see that. You don't see the Earth rotating or.
so it's stationary.
No, the flies from east. I think
I said north
flights
and south.
north and south, whatever you want. No, I think
From the east, bro. Shut the fuck up.
You're not going to see it spinning.
No, I heard that flights from east to west are actually
Yes,
quicker
man.
than
East
flights
to
from.
west.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're dumb.
Yeah, it is. Hold on, let me look it up.
That's not what I asked you.
Yeah, that's not what we asked, bro.
All right, so you're just going to go off on some other world.
Yeah.
No, ask again.
You're flying north and south, and you're going to land on a runway north and south. Isn't the
Yeah.
runway moving to the left or right when you're landing?
No, it's not.
How did your plane catch up to the or spin of the Earth while it was flying?
Well, because the it's not the crust of the Earth that's the only thing moving. It's also the environment around it.
So are you saying the clouds move with the Earth then?
No. Well, okay, let me give you an example because okay, so let's say there's a car moving in a highway, and
Not a car.
a fly flies into the car, and it's floating in the air. It's not gonna hit back to the back of the car. It's gonna float in the middle of the car, even though the car is moving. Same thing.
So you're saying we're in a pressurized system?
If you have a balloon in a car and you play with it inside a
Do we
high-speed moving
live
car,
in a
the
pressurized
balloon is
system?
not gonna hit you in the face.
Do we live in a pressurized system?
Fuck is that?
Do we have air pressure?
Yeah, you talking about the vacuum of space?
No, I'm asking if we live in a pressurized system.
I don't know. What is your answer?
You don't know if we live in air pressure?
So you're trying to ask me an irrelevant question that I don't know the answer to. So that means the whole
Holy crap.
spherical Earth is
It's directly
like
relevant.
wrong.
It's directly relevant
How?
and very easy.
How? First of all, can you explain the question? What is it? What does it mean?
Do we live in an enclosed system? You put the fly inside of a car so that it didn't know the air pressure on the outside was different from the inside. So it only knew the inside air pressure. Do we live in a system like that? Because you're talking about airplanes are in the same pressurized system as the ground, right? So they move with the Earth. So when your plane takes off and the Earth is spinning, your plane is
crust
also
of the Earth.
spinning. When your plane takes off and it's spinning with the Earth and it takes off, it's still spinning with the Earth, even though it's flying by itself.
Holy shit. And it is
Yeah.
not the only thing that's spinning. The
You just got
environment also is spinning around it.
You just got bamboozled, son.
Yeah, welcome to
No,
Flat Earth,
it's
buddy.
not bamboozled. You're the one that uses weird tactics, like weird fucking delusional tactics that you think you won an argument just by asking questions that make no sense.
To you.
I know this tactic. I mean, this whole flat Earth community is not a new thing.
So you
You're
lose.
right. People always knew it was flat because water always has been flat and horizontal when at rest. It's just the stupid globe religion that's kind of new, but that's going away now.
I think because stupid people existed for a long time.
Yeah, and that's how they ended up thinking that water curves and wraps around a ball. They're stupid.
They also think that's why they also think the Earth is flat.
Dude, you just admitted to not understanding a very simple fucking thing, and you're calling us stupid.
That's exactly what Phoebe was doing when I asked the question about how mega structures. No, it wasn't Phoebe. It was Crit, I think. It's just the same thing.
Shit,
when I have a question that needs an answer, you don't answer it. You ask
I got
another
a question
and
that
I do
needs
the
an
same.
answer. Let's see if you can
It's
help
like
me.
we're
Can
moving
you
in
show
a
me any
circle here.
structure? Hey, listen, I got a question that needs an answer. You're keen on those, so you'll help me out, right? Can you show me a structure that was built taking into account the curvature of the Earth that you imagine?
Yeah, you never answered that earlier.
I did put
all you claimed was that it existed.
There's a link I put here. There's a link I put already.
Okay, let's get the citation from you from the link for the part where they accounted for the curvature.
So a suspension bridge that uses cables, which uses strength of the pillars that it's on that are bent away from the inside so that it doesn't collapse. That's actually the curve of the Earth. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there are like many bridges that take the curvature of the Earth into account. Yeah. If
Not
you
where
want an
I live.
example, if you
Where
want
I
an
live,
example, there's one called
still standing, so they didn't do it in where I live.
yeah, where you live. So there's this fuck, where is it? I think it's in New York City called the Verrazano Narrows, I think. I put the name in the side chat.
Don't worry, Earth's still flat.
Yeah, in your mind.
Is the Earth in an enclosed system, or is it an open system with the vacuum of space above it?
No, the vacuum of space is different from the environment
Do we live in an
of the
enclosed
Earth.
system, or do we live in
Yes,
an open system with the vacuum of space above us?
the vacuum of space is different from the vacuum of the Earth itself. The atmosphere. That's why we have the atmosphere.
I see. So you didn't answer anything.
I just did.
You didn't. Atmosphere is air. That would be the thing that needs contained. Air doesn't just take a shape like a sphere. It doesn't do that. It would take the shape of its container. So are you saying there's like a sphere-shaped container around the Earth, or what?
Yes, it's called the atmosphere.
That's the
Right.
gas.
And all of its layers.
You're right. Atmos equals air, and a sphere is a shape. Air does not take any inherent shape, so it's either an oxymoron, what you're saying, atmosphere, or it's in a containment taking the shape of some kind of a sphere.
Yes, that's the atmosphere and all of its what do you call it? The
So
layers.
are you saying layers of air hold air in?
No, it's not layers of air. Those layers are different from each other. Actually, they differ in pressure and they
So
differ in.
air holds air. That's what we've decided. Air holds air. Air is a barrier for air.
Well, air is definitely different from each other. That's why planes usually depends on their way and the what do you call it? The
So air contains air, right? You just say that it does.
path that they're trying to fly. They usually take us. They usually
Listen, I
fly
need
in an altitude that's required for them to fly.
I
What's
need
that?
this for a clip. I need you to say air contains air. Say it.
What do you mean air contains air? No.
Well, then how does the air stay in?
Where do you want the air to go?
Into outer space where it's supposed to go, into the vacuum. It's supposed to fill all the available space, not just stop at some mystery border, some
No, it
force
doesn't
field.
stop. Actually, part of the air goes into space.
No, so how much of it? All of it should go at the same time.
No, not all of it.
Yeah,
Some of
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's why
yeah,
we
yeah,
call
yeah.
it the emissions
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Earth.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All of it should go at the same time, roughly. Your
Nah,
house
not
should be
all of it.
blowing
Why?
into the air right now.
No. What? Why
You
all
have
of it would
north
go
wind blowing
into
up
space?
from your feet from the ground, just air shooting up from the ground.
So you think of Earth as like a real ball in your room that would rotate really quickly, and you stand above it, right?
Wow.
Like a
What are these
disco ball. Like if you
what are
live
these
in a
stories
disco
you're
ball.
making? What are these stories you're making up?
It's not stories, bro. The Earth is not flat. The Earth is a curved spherical ball.
With no measurements of curve. Got it.
Yeah, what is your measurement for a flat Earth? There's nothing.
I
Even
got
even
it. And I meant
I've asked
Eric,
some people
you
here,
asked
and
me
they
a
said
question,
they
and
said
how am
they
I gonna
just
answer?
believe. Hold
How
on.
am
They
I
said
gonna
they
answer
just
your
believe that the
question?
Earth is flat, but they can't even draw
How
a blueprint
am
of it.
I going to answer your question if you keep talking? What I found was the radius was 0. There was no radius. So it was flat. That was my measurement.
How did you calculate it? What did you
You
use?
didn't have to calculate it.
Hmm. Okay, so what is your like? What were your methodology?
You measure it. When you measure yourself 6 foot, do you question if you're 6 foot?
No, I usually use a tape
Right. It's
or
that's yeah,
a
exactly.
ruler or something. What
It's that
did
simple.
Fabi use? What did he use? That's what I'm asking. Like he
I
said
used
he
my
measured
P900
the
shooting 12 miles across a flat lake. It didn't bend down 170 or 100 and how many feet, however many feet it was supposed to bend down.
Wait, you did what? You
96
did what?
feet. Shot with my camera across Lake Erie to the Brown Stadium, which I could see the whole thing from the beach at 3 feet off the ground. And there was nothing, there was no curve. Where did the curve go?
Okay, so how would you like to see the curve? Like, what is the curve in your eyes? What would it look
Dude.
like?
I think
When you say
I
there's
think
no curve, what does that
I
even
think
mean?
I think there is a very easy way to for you flat earthers to measure that there is, and it's quite logical as well. So if you're outside in a very sunny day, and you allow the sun, and you stand right in front of the sun to create a shadow, and if you measure the shadow, the length of the shadow, and you go to another point at the same time, and you measure that shadow as well, what you will notice is that, and you're obviously at a field where there are no interruptions of the sun lights hitting you. What you will notice is that the shadow actually changes length, and this is seen many times, that the shadow length actually changes length depending on where you are on the planet.
Isn't that crazy? The sun moves?
No, the sun doesn't move.
Well, where the fuck do you live where your sun stays stationary?
I mean, the sun has a movement that's very slight in its own orbit, but the planets rotate around the sun.
You got any proof of that?
I do.
You don't.
I do.
I just blew up space for you, showed you that it's fake, and now you're talking about it again.
I don't know how you blew up space for me.
Your globe fellowship mate blew up space for you. He can't answer if it's an open or closed system.
It is, of course, an open system. Of course, it is an open
with a
system.
ball around it. It's an open system with a ball around it, an Atmos ball, right?
Correct.
How does that ball stay there in a vacuum? How does the air ball stay in a ball in a vacuum?
Okay, so what does the vacuum do? What is your understanding of vacuum?
It's a lower pressure system.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. There is a low.
So how is there a ball of air around the floating globe Earth? How is
Stop
there
yelling.
a ball of air around it?
I'll explain to you, but just follow me. So in a vacuum outside the atmosphere, the pressure is very low, correct?
Continue, would you?
So the atmosphere itself has a higher pressure than the vacuum, correct? But then we have a gravitational force holding in.
Uh-oh. Define gravity.
It is a force that pulls towards the center of the Earth.
Wow. Where'd you get that definition from?
From you could derive it from the Newtonian and
So
Einstein's
that's been
relativity
outdated
theory.
100 years by Einstein outdated that one with space-time. So which you're going to use that one now? You're going to
No. They describe
reanimate
Einstein.
it from the dead? You're going to reanimate it from the dead and start using it?
So Einstein and Newton describe exactly the same thing, but Einstein just explained it mechanically different, that there is an indentation within space-time network, and this is what causes...
Indentation. Wow.
Yeah, within space-time network.
So,
And this...
what if I told you that I proved what pulls things to the ground? Would you believe me?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
What if I can prove to you what pulls things to the ground, and it's not shit that holds air?
I mean, if you could prove it, I would
I can prove
inevitably
it.
believe in it. I would
I
believe in
can
it, right?
prove it. Okay, so I can prove that invisible unicorns with invisible ropes pull things to the ground. And my example is I'm going to drop a pencil and it went to the ground. There's my proof.
The problem with that is that you do not have any... Do these unicorns always pull in the same force?
I didn't question the unicorns. I just proved they exist.
Are these unicorns, do they live?
They do their own thing. They're fucking unicorns. They're magical. They're invisible.
Yeah, but do they have a constant force that they inert on that object?
They have magical invisible ropes that they lasso shit with and pull it down to the ground.
So if let's say I have a vacuum and I drop a feather and I drop a very heavy item, they lasso the feather and the very heavy item down the same time?
No, because things in a vacuum don't fall at the same rate.
They do fall at the same rate, right?
So when I show you they don't, what are you going to say?
I'm gonna tell you, please show me. I'm more than interested.
I think he's gonna open his camera and show you right now in his room.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, but I don't want to be too derogatory towards... Rad, could you hold that thought? I do have to go, unfortunately. It's not that I'm...
Sure thing.
It's not that I'm giving up or whatever. I do have...
Sure thing. Anyway, it was coming. It's the test and where they did it, and it's a drop test inside a very tall vacuum chamber. Things don't fall at the same rate. Busted.
Okay. Well done, man. I will go. It was nice talking to you. Goodbye.
That's how you do it.
So, can I ask you about NASA and your space agency? Isn't I heard there's a lot of contention around its legitimacy, right? I hear a lot of flat earthers believe that NASA is lying to them about the shape of the Earth and those images from space.
Why would they lie about that?
I think I'm saying that you believe that, correct?
You said that.
Yeah, it was a question. You believe that?
Do I think that that they don't tell the truth? Do I think that they show fake shit on YouTube?
Are they? Do you believe they are lying to you about the shape of the Earth?
They haven't told me anything. I only get that from television. They always show spaceballs and people in space and rockets and people going to Mars and space shows, and everything's about space, and video games are about space and living in space and going to planets and living on other planets. That's where I get my information from. Where do you get yours?
So those people living in, let's say, the International Space Station, you don't believe that this structure in space exists?
Absolutely not. That thing would not exist. Not in a vacuum.
Okay, so there's no such thing, right? You believe that?
There's not people floating around up in a tin can.
Hmm. Okay, so So your problem is only with NASA or all space agencies around the world?
They all do the same shit. India landed a cartoon on the moon.
Hmm. So you don't believe in that event of from India?
Well, space is fake. How did they go through? How did they get there?
Who do you think is concocting all this, or let's say who's fabricating all of this? Like, what is the point of it?
You believe it, right?
I'm saying that at first, flat earthers were very fierce about talking about how NASA is a propaganda for flat for sorry for curved Earth, whatever. There were a lot of animosity towards NASA, but now there are many agencies around the world with capabilities to travel into space.
You mean the ones trying to take the heat away from NASA? Yeah, we're aware of them.
So they're working together.
Of course, NASA's got their stamp all over everything every time. Look
Hmm.
at SpaceX. Look at any SpaceX. It says NASA everywhere. Why is that?
So you don't think there's any competition or yeah, there's no competition between the Russia and America
For what? To go
for
to the
for for,
imagination?
for
To
space, yeah.
see who can get to the imagination first? No,
Mhm.
there's no race.
Okay, so let's go back to International Space Station.
I want you
Do
to
you have
start
a
calling it the Imagination Space Station if we're going to talk about it in reality.
right? Do you have a telescope?
Yep.
Okay, so are you aware of applications in your smartphone that would tell you exactly when you can observe the International Space Station?
I have applications that'll point my camera on my tripod to locations if I just say to.
You can actually see it with your telescope.
How do you track it with a telescope? You
No,
gotta
you,
have
you
some
track it
you
you
gotta have
track it
some
with the
steady
help
hands.
the
You
help
gotta have
of
some steady hands.
let's worry about steady hands later. You can actually do it.
Oh,
Many
so
people
now
did already.
later we'll worry about it. Got it.
Yeah. Now you want to talk about steady hands. Come on, bro.
Well,
The
I know
the
what it's like to
telescope
zoom. I
is
know what it's
designed
like to zoom in on something and try to hold
is
it steady and
designed to
take a
actually
picture.
put stay put and be stabilized. So that's why I was talking about tools and humanity using tools for their advantage. Telescope is something that you point into the sky, and then you look into it, so you can see the International Space Station with the telescope.
Can you wave to the people?
Come on, you can see it.
Do you see them looking out the windows?
No, you can see the structure, especially the solar panels
You've
on
never
the
done this.
International Space
You've
Station.
never done this, so I don't know why you're talking about it.
I've seen it.
You've only seen videos
See,
of
and
people.
I live in Yemen. It's a shithole here, and we have telescopes. And I used an application on my telephone to tell me exactly when and where to look into the sky, and I've seen the solar panels.
So you saw something in the sky?
I saw the solar panels of the International Space Station.
You take a picture of it?
Yes.
Post it.
Okay, hold on. Let me look for it for.
Doesn't really matter what it is. One of the first things that we cleared up today is that they're spending billions on flat Earth satellites for us.
That's correct. That was the first thing that was opened up this morning. Globers announced to us they spend billions of dollars on flat Earth satellites.
I mean, just for you to observe a satellite in a telescope, you think it would debunk your whole flat Earth theory?
Of course not.
Oh no, not at all.
Really?
Well, globe Earth satellites require a measured globe radius. You got any of that?
So okay, so this is a new evolution of flat earthers. Um, in the recent past, they said there are no satellites, and if a satellite exists in the sky, that means the Earth does have or there is a space with low gravity.
This
But
is a new
now you
evolution where
guys are
we
saying
figured out.
something different.
It's a new evolution where we figured out all of your bullshit and how to handle all of it.
No, it's actually an evolution of your own bullshit and how to work around it.
Okay, so globe satellites require a measured globe radius. Got a measurement for a globe radius?
No, I actually love this.
Heretic, I posted some solar panels floating in the sky for him.
Jeez, the Earth must be a ball.
That's a NASA launch, by the way.
Okay, this is hilarious. You guys are very interesting.
I hear the
Good.
meltdown. I can hear the meltdown happening right now.
Nah, trust me.
I think he's okay.
This is actually really funny.
See, I think he's okay because he's not melt. I mean, if he melts down and he thinks we're funny and he thinks we're interesting, that would be a problem because then he'll break his worldview again.
Oh no. You can actually look at a crazy person outside completely naked and think about him the same way. You would actually think he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, don't
You're
you
that
want to be
guy.
interesting?
You're that guy in this.
I find you guys interesting just like as a crazy person outside with a sign.
Yeah, that's why we talk to you. FYI, you're that guy.
Yeah, true. That's exactly what they would do too.
I find it interesting where someone would go against all their lived experience because somehow a globe does something for them. Like heliocentric, somehow it matches what they think the world is, but not at the same time. What I mean by that is in the heliocentric model, they told you that it's endless space, all ideas, anything is possible. In the heliocentric religion, you've also got this concept of Middle Earth, a flat planet. You've got the concept of Asgard in the Guardians of the Galaxy, where Thor lives, a flat planet. You've got this weird dude from Harvard talking about poop-shaped planets, where aliens make the world inside large petri dishes. All that stuff is normal, that you're okay with, but as soon as someone says, I think the world presents as hydrostatically flat and level, suddenly you think that's crazy talk. This is why they took your brain out and they replaced it with shit, dude.
Yeah, the very first thing that you told us you experience, you say is crazy.
Experience of you or your viewpoints?
Just use the Earth. Don't worry about anything else, okay? Take you and your Earth and make an observation.
Definitely. I mean, I have no problem living on my planet with you guys. I mean, we can live here, we can die here. But since
And
this
that's
is a
it.
flat Earth discourse, then why not talk about it?
I have no problem not living on a planet with you while you believe that you live on a planet. That's fine.
Yeah,
No, it's like you're saying that, oh look, I believe in a flat Earth, but why do you think I'm crazy? You should never debate me.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
nothing to
we debate with
we
all
prove-
kinds of people. We
Listen,
debate
we-
with political opinions, with social opinions. I mean, why not
Yeah,
debate with you?
It's all idea shit. Flat Earth is tangible.
Flat Earth is a theory that you guys have in your minds, and you want to talk about it. That's why you have it here on your channel.
It's the physics of water. Is that a theory?
Yeah.
Basically a natural law. It's just what water does every single time. It seeks a flat, level, horizontal surface when at rest.
Right now, Heretic is scuba diving.
Shoot, my stupid car took over my mic. Bluetooth shit. All right, one sec.
I'm gonna have to put Discord on my phone so when I drive to Detroit, I can voice chat. How did that satellite launch go? Did you watch those?
Yeah, I'm watching it on YouTube right now.
Isn't that neat how they hold how much those things can hold? I think some can hold 8,000 pounds, and they can stay up there for like a month or two.
Yeah, it's very interesting how they're working with it. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
isn't that interesting? How all those things that you think you see are just these things?
Oh, so you think this video is a debunking the
Absolutely, because you can't see anything 250 miles away.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about the Glenn Research Center balloon machine launch.
Yeah, those aren't 250 miles away. That's why you can see them. That's why one flew over the U.S. and they called it China balloon when it had nothing to do with China, just a runaway NASA balloon.
So so those satellites are on a balloon, all of them.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Why can't we see the balloon though, right? We have to because it's carrying a huge object.
Then there's somebody just showed you a picture right in there of the
Yeah,
satellite.
yeah. No, I'm talking about the one that you can see through a telescope. Why don't you see the
Why don't you
balloons?
go look up for it. Point up and look for it.
Nah, it's not there. That's why it's
You
bullshit. There's
never
no balloon.
tried. You never
No,
tried. Now you're gonna have to.
we have to. No, all satellites around the Earth have no balloons because it's bullshit. Because they are suspended in space.
Suspended in the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
How many ceiling joints do you think there are on a space station?
Ceiling joints.
Yes, to seal out the vacuum of space from the inside. You're basically building a vacuum chamber.
Yeah.
No guesses?
Sorry, I'm just reading stuff here. I'm quite
Okay, good.
distracted. Sorry.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Radwin, are you there? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
I am here.
Hi, sorry, I have a question because I was asked and I didn't know how to answer. So, Globe Earth they claim that they've gone around the Earth, whether that's using plane or, ships, I don't know. But on a flat Earth, there has to be an edge because then how would you'd come to a stop? How would you answer that question? Like,
Well, they only
that they're saying there's
circumnavigated.
no edge.
They only circumnavigated and they had to use a compass. So by following the compass, you go in a circle, even on a globe. So you just go in a circle following the compass. You circumnavigate that way. Let me see if I can find all my stuff. It's hard to do stuff in here because I don't have GIF image perms.
Yeah, when you take a compass, you're constantly redirecting your heading based on what north is and an
Yeah.
angle to north. So when you circumnavigate on the globe, you do the same thing as in the flat Earth. There's no difference there. The problem is that globe also tells you that you're curving to the right and down at the same time. Two different direction changes. Where on the flat Earth, there's zero. There's zero direction changes. You're just always taking the measurement from north and aligning that and walk. Basically, if you could think of this, right? If you just walk around your house and always make sure
Yeah.
that you're orientating yourself as if you're facing the center of your house and just kind of do like a right step. Like in
Oh,
the
You
I
walk
see.
around your
Okay,
house.
but
Yeah.
why don't we ever hit the edge though? Like,
well, the same reason. Like, say if there's a fence around your house and you walked around your house and you kept the northern part of your house is the north. You didn't just walk around the globe. If you walk around your neighborhood doesn't turn into a ball. And if you were to go outwards as far as you can go, you would hit the boundary of your neighborhood, which is in all
so
practical sense 60 is south. If you're going to use like the Mercator grid system.
And if you think about it, nothing indicates to go any direction other than using a compass that points north. You really only can go north and directions that are derivatives of going north. You have to pick a place and you have to fly deadhead without a compass right at it and hope for the best.
What's kind of funny is there used to be a guy who was really this big anti-flat earther. His name was R.C. Meisty. I think he comes around here once in a while too. And he talked about he was a pilot and he's got all this experience in navigating and everything. And then he screwed up because he thought because he very limited knowledge of the globe. He thought there was a magnetic north, a magnetic south, a magnetic east, and a magnetic west. So he had talked about instruments on an airplane in the Western Hemisphere orientate themselves to a magnetic west. And people are like, dude, what are you talking? So it's kind of fun. Yeah, Arwen's laughing at this because people started calling him RC like magnetic west or something like that. And once he realized his mistake, he just tried to say, "Oh, I misspoke. What I meant to say was, you take your west is really your magnetic west because you're changing direction from magnetic north." Like, shut up, RC. You're a dumbass, dude. You got roasted. You got defeated. You didn't know what you're talking about. You tried to come in here like you're some sort of secret king, special navigator pilot, and you don't even know what north is.
Also,
Like,
Aurora, no one's ever gone
yeah.
north, south, north, or south, north, south. Only been
This
east,
is
west,
what I
north.
told them. And why is
Well,
that? That's what I said that no one's ever done that.
because you can only follow a compass. You can't go no. You can't.
Uh,
How are you going to go south? You have to go opposite of north. You kind of have to pick a direction, and you're gonna do it from north to go south because there's no south pointing compasses. No south pole. There's only one pole that the north points to, and that's in the center. If you follow a compass, just goes in a circle.
the globe model says why. They give this really cringe explanation that the south magnetic pole wanders about because it's unstable. You're like, why?
Well,
Why would that be that?
how can you stand in the south and hold a compass and it points to the north? Then does it just go around the ball?
Yeah,
Or
I know that's what I'm saying. They never give a full explanation for that. They just kind of say, well, that's just the way it works and whatever. You're like, dude, that doesn't work. That's a non-working model. If you need two poles for your model to work and you've only got one pole, your model doesn't work, dude. It's not working.
and I don't see why they can't go from south to north and north to south if the Earth is a globe.
they should be
Because
able
why
to very
can't they?
easily. They should,
Exactly.
we would
Thank
have a
you.
south. We would have a south pole. We would have. You could have two different compasses depending on where you want to go from the equator.
Sorry, guys. I've been reading stuff and then hearing you guys talk about north south. You mean like airliners? Why did they go from south to north and north to south?
Yeah, kind of, but like the all the way around. Like you would do like a
Oh,
great
you mean like
circle.
go around the Earth from south to north?
Yeah, or north to south, all the way around. They
They
do it
can't
that
do
way.
that.
They go over you, like when you fly from like America to Russia, you'll go like really close over the north to cut over the top. But they never do that under, if you will. I mean, not I know there's no under. The southern hemisphere and the globe model, you should be able to do the same thing as people do in the north, but they don't. And some of the excuses for why they don't is like airplanes aren't designed to fly in that cold of environment. It's too dangerous because if there's emergency landing, there's no place to go.
But it's safe to fly over oceans, right?
Yeah, for much longer distances, right? Like somehow they'll tell you to purposely avoid the South Antarctica because it's too dangerous to fly over it,
Look, you're
and
gonna
then
land your
add
plane in the ocean.
thousands of miles to their route to make sure they just fly over ocean instead.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna land your plane in the ocean. We're gonna stop here, folks, and wait for the Coast Guard to pick us up.
in the Southern Ocean isn't something where you're survivable. Like the other guy was saying, you thought the Great Lakes are bad. The Southern Ocean, they call it like the roaring 60s. You like once you get below the 60th south, that ocean is almost unnavigable. You've got there's so many boats that got lost down there. And what do you think a raft from an airplane is going? How long will that survive? Do you have better
Okay,
chance
guys.
doing them?
I didn't really wanna talk in further stuff. Who is tricking you guys? Who is like who is the one that is like the mastermind tricking you to believe in this globe Earth or tricking all of us? Who is
Your television.
the television is? Okay.
Yeah, that's what Nixon said. Nixon said he'll present it on TV and everyone will believe you. They used basically an MK Ultra idea, a bunch of Nazi war criminals to say, check this out, we'll land on the moon, we'll show it on TV, and the rest of the world will think America is superior.
Okay. Okay, guys. The television is pretty cool. Like, yeah.
The tell lie
Where did you learn
vision.
about it? Where did you learn about it from? Where did you learn about it from?
Learn about what? Who is tricking you? Do you think you
Whoa.
answered in the television, guys? Or I don't want to be involved in this debate. Okay, I don't really. So yeah.
No,
Take
how
care.
about don't worry about being a debate, okay? How about just pump the brake on the debate right now. Just try to understand flat Earth, so then you'll be able to give some sort of intellectual firepower for why you disagree with it. Because right now you're making it sound like you have no idea what we're talking about, and you also disagree.
Guys, you are not answering. Who is tricking you? Who is the organization, the people? Like, who is
Television.
tricking you?
Television.
What does television mean? Who
TV.
is the one who is responsible for the television?
TV. The
It's
shit
a
you watch on
stupid
TV.
question. It's
What?
a really dumb question. It's a stupid
Is
question.
it? Mm.
That's why you're getting a stupid
Okay.
answer.
You believe in a very a very stupid idea of a globe, right? The world itself as a whole, in a way, is tricking you, and you wanna believe in that. So
So,
okay,
but
I
you believe in a globe. So who's tricking you?
and there isn't good any good.
No, here's what I believe the globe is. The globe isn't flat, the globe isn't a sphere, the globe is an egg. Islam is right.
So,
Yeah, I'm
guys,
gonna
I,
leave,
I,
guys.
I looked up this thing when you said about planes. Okay, so you said that planes don't fly from north to south in a circular motion, right? In a circular path. But there are some airliners that travel to the North Pole. For example,
So what?
there are some flights from, I think, Canada. No, sorry, from Brazil all the way to Australia, but flying over the South Pole.
No, they don't fly. Sorry, they don't fly over the South Pole.
They don't fly over the South
They
Pole?
don't fly over the South Pole.
Fake, what's going on?
Hey,
Can we mute him?
no, he's the only one that can mute people.
Actually, I'm the she made me the owner of this one. Spake, you there?
Oh, good. Can you mute him, heretic? That's really annoying.
Spake, just text us in the chat when you're back. Yeah, he's hot micing. Here, I'll just tell him that we did that in messages. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, this whole idea.
can you prove that that flight from well, it's not from Brazil, it's from Chile to Australia. Can you prove that that goes over the South Pole? Any proof of that?
Well, how do we prove as like passengers exactly?
Oh, exactly. So
Yeah,
how are you
because
making a claim?
even
You just made a claim that it goes over the South Pole. So how are you making that claim?
let me ask you something. So a
No,
flight
no,
from
just
New
answer.
York.
I just asked you a
Well, I
question.
will answer you,
How are
but
you making that claim?
a flight from New York to the UK. How would you know you're flying over the Atlantic Ocean?
I got no idea, man. It's up to you. You're making the
You got
claim.
no idea.
Yeah, you're making the claim. You just made a claim that the flight from, you said Brazil to Australia, but it's not. So flies over the South Pole. Now, how are you going to confirm that?
Well, I can't really confirm 100%,
Exactly.
but I can look at the average flight time, right? It's only 14 hours.
Yeah, but then you've got to work it out on a distance and an average speed. So you got to go average speed, and then you got to put it on a map that you believe is a globe. So what? That's all you're doing.
I'm saying that in a spherical Earth model, it makes sense because of the average flight time.
Are you measuring ground speed or airspeed?
I'm measuring the distance between Chile and Australia
How do you know the distance between Chile and Australia?
because it's measurable.
How?
What the fuck? What do you mean how?
How is it measurable?
Um.
Who measured it?
Oh, so you have to. So you're saying that a person has to walk all the way in
No. How can you walk
this
across the
in that
ocean? You
distance
just
in order
said
to.
it was measurable. How is it measurable? That's the only question I've got, man.
Because the average flight time is 14 hours 25 minutes.
Are you measuring ground speed or airspeed?
No, because in a spherical Earth model, if we go from Chile to Australia, from west to east, it would make sense for a 14 hours flight time. But because we are flying over the South Pole,
You're not
14 hours
flying
and
over the
25
South Pole.
minutes,
It doesn't
it
fly
makes
over the
sense
South
because
Pole.
14 hours from Chile to Australia does make sense in a
How's
spherical
it
Earth
gonna?
model.
How does it fly? Okay, you're making a lot of claims. You're saying it flying over the South Pole, and then you're saying that it's measurable for the distance from Chile to Australia.
Okay, so a flight from New York to UK. Okay, so let's first of all look what's the
Why
average
have you gone
flight
to
time?
that now? Why have you gone to that?
Because we can compare times, right? We can compare
How do
how
you
much
know the
it takes.
distances are the same?
No, let's talk about time and then we can talk about distance, right?
Yeah, and then
Talk
what do
about
you? You can't do
how
it,
long
mate.
is it gonna take.
It's impossible to do. Because
Yeah, let's talk
when you're in
about the
the air,
time
just listen,
first.
mate. When you're in the air, are you measuring ground speed or airspeed? Simple
Well,
question.
definitely airspeed because we're flying. We're not.
Okay. So
Right?
are there winds? How fast are the winds going up where they fly?
Well, it's not consistent, right?
Exactly. So how are you
Mhm.
getting a consistent speed?
Oh, margin of time is not extremely high. It's
What?
definitely it's definitely the margin of time is definitely different, but it's not something that would take an hour or 2 hours
What
difference.
are you talking about? Because you're going back to distance. So how are you measuring the distance?
No, I didn't say distance. I said time. It wouldn't take hours. I didn't say meters. I said hours.
Okay, time. And then what do you do with the time? Go.
They measure the time.
With
So now
what?
you're gonna tell me how with
With the speed?
clocks.
You're going to measure the time and the speed together and then come up with a distance, yeah?
No, I'm
That's
gonna
what you're
I'm
going
gonna
to do.
measure I'm gonna measure distance with suitable with whatever units that needed. I'm
Okay.
gonna measure
How are
time
you
with.
going to measure distance?
I'm gonna look out the window of the airplane. I'm gonna put my feet in the
Yep.
ground. I mean, come
What?
on, your questions are so ridiculous.
No, they're not. What you know why
They are.
they're
They are, and
ridiculous
you
to
know
you
it.
is
You know it.
because you don't have an answer. Because you
Bro,
don't have an
and
answer.
you don't have a question. You have this weird tactic.
I've asked
You don't have a
I've
question.
asked questions. I've asked questions and you can't answer them. Okay, let's go back to the start. Let's go back to the start. Okay, how are you measuring the distance between Chile and Australia?
No. I'm not gonna answer this question now because I'm the one
It's
asking.
See?
Can
okay.
I ask
Why
Yeah, you
is
questions
that
don't
a
now?
have to. You don't have to answer anything you don't want to answer.
Oh,
The
I'm
real the key
definitely
is
answering. I'm listening and I'm
you're not
answering. You're the one
okay.
who's
answering?
not doing that.
Okay,
You're the one who's
listen,
not
dude.
doing that.
Listen. Okay, pay attention here. Okay, if you don't want to answer anything, it's not really. These questions aren't. Sometimes they don't have answers. They're meant. The goal is not to trick you or to get you to do something you don't want to do. Other than to think. That's it. Just think it out. Okay. There's supposed to be thought provoking because the same questions that are you being asked, the same process a lot of flat earthers went through when they heard these questions and they couldn't come up with an answer. And when they thought it through to a full logical conclusion, it just can't be a globe anymore. Because two things being contradictory can't be true. The law of non-contradiction.
Yeah. So you said you're not trying to confuse people, right? But what I sense is that you're trying to poke holes into questions or poke holes into something that's being addressed. That's what you're doing. You just when I'm trying to put an answer, you just ask a question that's so ridiculous that it's not even relevant. You said, how do you measure distance? When I tell you about time, so
Speed and time, right?
your goal is to address,
Yeah, so
or
listen.
sorry,
Okay, I
your
got you, dude.
goal
Listen, pay attention, okay? You're talking about
to
speed and
debunk
time. If you're using an airspeed,
the
how or your ground.
spherical Earth, right?
Okay, go ahead.
You wouldn't have a problem. You wouldn't have a problem with why flights go over the South or North Pole if you're not thinking about the spherical model of the Earth, correct? So that's why I looked online for a flight that goes from Chile to Australia in 14 fucking hours. Just 14 hours from the east right over to the west or vice versa.
Did he leave?
He did.
Why couldn't he understand about distance and time and airspeed? Was it complicated or no?
Timbo Slice, you now have image perms in here.
Awesome.
Well, he's typing. Sky scanner. What are we gonna get? Bugs? Why am I looking at flights? Do you ever try to book one of these? He's not even listening. I tried booking one a few times. Well, one I remember specifically. It just would not allow me to use just a payment option. I couldn't pay for it. It just wouldn't be payable. Just kept crashing. This is a website dedicated to just that flight.
How are they going to understand that aeroplanes aren't measuring devices? You go up in the air, you leave an airport, you go up in the air, and you land at another airport. And then all of a sudden, this is proof that you live on a ball? That's fucking weird, man. Like, you can't even answer a simple question like, what are you measuring, airspeed or ground speed?
He quit because he spiraled out on that when you caught him with that.
Yeah, and then he said I was asking him ridiculous questions. They weren't ridiculous questions. They're just simple questions.
Man, the Globers came in like lions yesterday. I think they got hurt a little bit.
Yeah. And the day before as well.
Yeah, well, 3
Been a
days
bit of a
now.
marathon. Yeah. Fucking Heretic and Spake have been. I don't know how they've been up for so long. I don't know, because I only just woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but have you guys been at it? How long have you been in here, Radman?
When Spake posted it, I was the first one in the room with him, very first time. I
Oh
was
yeah,
there. the whole
3
time,
days
and
ago.
then yeah, and then the next day, and then today, and they're
Yeah.
supposed to be getting us a room that we don't have that won't go away when we leave.
Cool. It's been fun.
What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.